Like the little old school.
The tilt.
Yeah,
right.
you gotta tilt it,
right.
man.
The
Like
tilt right, man.
like that. We good? All right, we good. Man, welcome back to another episode of the DipdNWhipd Podcast, man. I am your host, Hoff with the Sauce, and we got my dog, Skinny Maj, in the cut.
Skinny.
Of course, we're going to be incorporating him a lot more, so he's going to also be a co-host as well. So y'all going to see a lot more of his face, so y'all get used to it.
We in this thing.
And we're going to do what it do, man. This is officially the third episode of season 2. So we hope y'all love season 1, but season 2 we got some good stuff in the works. My boy Cole gonna still be showing up, so ain't nothing changed. Just add new faces, new flavor to the game, and we gonna keep it stepping, man. We're gonna keep it stepping.
Keep it moving.
I got an icebreaker. I got a couple icebreakers, but we'll do one. We'll do one today that I wrote down. Kind of some good ones. Okay, if you had a superpower, if you could choose a superpower, any superpower, what would it be and why?
I ain't gonna lie, I want to be invisible.
Or why?
I just want to be places where nobody know where I'm at. Like, I already like being low key,
Right.
but like being real low key where I can be able to sneak around here, hear what people are saying, people thinking.
Got you.
It gotta be it.
You just trying to be incognito. You ain't trying to run into all
just
that.
camouflage. I don't want no issues. I like peace.
Yeah.
Love peace. But I'll just be incognito and invisible everywhere. What about you?
I would say like reality manipulation. Like I can warp reality.
Yeah.
Only because it's like if I'm thinking something, you know how, okay, there's a toss up, right? There's a pro and a con to this, because if you let your intrusive thoughts win, then it can get a little
crazy.
Yeah, it can get a little sketchy, a little sticky. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you keep it under control and you stay intact, then you smooth, man. Like sometimes you just be like, bro, I don't feel like getting up to get that remote. So you just conjure one, bro. And you just like, and they like, damn, he gonna do that for the remote? Nah, there's other shit you can do, but that's the, you know what I mean? That's the least amount I can think of why to do it.
And I think like something else, I think I want to read people's mind. Like to know what,
That's a hard
like all in people intentions and how they think and why they think like that. Because like when I'm right, I feel like I'm right. It ain't no other thing. I'm right. I try to understand it, but let's say somebody tell me something different. Hell nah. That ain't how it go, because this is how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But I just want to know like how you think like that and why you think like that. I don't know.
I think the con to that would be like, if you don't know how to control it, then you can hear everybody's like thoughts at once, and that can get overwhelming.
Hell yeah.
I guess my second one would be like the teleportation type, Nightcrawler type. Because Nightcrawler one of my favorite superheroes.
Really?
So he can just like bamf and go to another dimension, and then bamf wherever he chooses to be. You know what I mean? So if I could do that, just skip all the baggage claim and flights and stuff, and I want to go to Japan.
Get that shit done.
Hold hands with my wife and kids. Like, all right, let's get out of here. Let's go to Japan, and we gone. We there. Like, just like that. Ain't got to pay for flights. Nothing.
Boy, if I could do that, boy, I miss so much traffic, boy. I swear, boy.
For real.
Boy.
I'll be at the crib already. Say you took a drive to Dallas, or just saying you want to feel normal.
Yeah.
Took a drive to Dallas, smooth 4 little hours or whatever. He like, man, I'm trying to go home early. He's like, all right, I'm gonna hop in the car and just bamf that motherfucker.
I'm out.
I'm already there. I ain't even gotta worry about nothing. Now, we'll do another icebreaker. I got some good ones today. That was just a nice little soft toss up. You know what I mean? Just for a little alley-oop. But okay. And now this one is like for us, of course. What is your favorite thing about Houston?
I ain't gonna lie. I think the diversity. Like,
I was about to say the same thing.
It gotta be, because like I feel like where we from, G County, it's diverse, because like the area of Galveston is like a tourist little spot.
Right.
But like when I'm in Lamarck, it seemed like it's mostly black. Like I think it's mostly black. I don't know if it's because I think of like the high school.
Yeah, high school. And we only in certain areas.
Certain areas is black. But like when I came to Houston, it was so diverse. Like I seen Chinese, Asian. Like it's so much diversity, and then like the different places of the foods, different things you get to try everything out. Like even when you go to Post Houston, like you get to try.
They got everything in Post.
Everything
from Asian cuisine to African, Jamaican. They got everything. Italian, Sicilian. They got all that over there.
Everything. So like, I just think that Houston with the diversity is just it. Like that's it. Like me personally, I ain't never want to like move anywhere else. Like personally, like I said, I would stay in Houston, but it was closer to family, etc. But I never really, I wanted to travel,
right?
But I only wanted to stay in Houston. That's what I wanted to do.
Damn, that's smooth. I think that would be, what I would have said. But since you already said it, I think for me, another thing that I love about Houston is just like there's no shortage of things to do. Like there's always something going on. There's always places to go. Like even places like, okay, people got lounges and stuff like that. I'm not a lounge type of person, club type of person. There's still places you can go to, chill, relax, and
interactive spots,
exactly.
Like Mio Wolf and different things.
Yeah, things like that. Exactly. It's like interactive things. You got activities you can do, like date activities and shit
even
like that.
The parks, like even at the parks, you could go to like Memorial Park. It's just different things that they have, and you can have a good time and just explore and do whatever it is. If you just want to have a picnic, you go have a picnic. But if you a person who like to go on lounges, the city of Houston is never dead. Like,
never dead, bro.
Dead.
Like I think the only time it was dead was when COVID hit. Other than that, Houston stayed jumping. So I think that's another thing I love about Houston. But other than that, let's get to the topic of the day. Topic of the day is we got two, young black men in here, and we are both fathers. So we wanted to talk about, the pros, the ins and out of what it's like to be a a young father, and then also, what it's like, what was the fears that you have and stuff like that. What are the things that you're learning constantly as you begin to grow? Not only, raise your child, but you're also raising yourself in a sense, because this is a new chapter of your life. So what was one of the things that you feared when you first heard that you was gonna be a dad?
I ain't gonna lie, I was scared of everything.
Everything?
I was scared. Like I was scared. The reason why is because, like, especially at a young age, you still figuring yourself out.
Right.
You figuring yourself out, and you really don't. It's still like a chess game of whatever you're doing. Like, you don't know what's right. It ain't really a book on how you raise your kid. So, like, I was just straight up nervous. Like, I was nervous because I'm like, I don't have everything set for myself. How am I have something set for this kid?
Facts. I know what you mean.
But after a while, it's like it's trial and error. Then you learn them. You learn on the go. Like, you learn on the go and just sit back and look at your child and be like, well, this is what I would do. And let me just make sure that I would never try to put her in harm's danger of certain things. And it's scary because, like, you think that you have control. You don't have no control.
None.
You don't have no control. You can only try to set the foundation for the kid and try to make sure that you align them to have the right morals and they have support and they feel the love that they should have.
Right. Yeah.
What about you?
For me, it not so much everything, but in the same sense, everything. Because it was like me and myself, what you said, like, damn, I don't even have shit together for myself. Like, I'm not in the house. But these are the things that you think you have to have before having a kid. You know what I mean? You think, like, I need to have a home. I need to, have 2 vehicles or whatever, this and that. I need to be able to, at the time, I think I was working at Home Depot. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know nothing about nothing but what my parents taught me. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I guess that was one of the main things I was afraid of, was like, damn, I felt like I had nothing to offer or give, but not realizing, like, once you get in that, there's a different type of mindset you go into, and it's like, oh, nah, I got at least some tools from my parents to. And
it play a part. And the reason it play a part, like, I look at the things that my parents taught me and the way that they raised me. It's like, I needed that structure. I needed certain things to be able to have the balance and, like, the mindset of where I'm at. Because if I know it really just depends on like certain people parents, because certain people parents don't raise them a certain way.
Right.
So you probably think that love is this way, or you think that taking care of a child is this way, and it could be totally different. But I knew that when I had my daughter, and like my dad told me, you good, you got this, you gonna be an amazing dad. It gave me that lift, and then also I had in my mind, I got to be the best person for this kid.
Facts, bro.
I got to be the best person. The only way that she can be able to be functionable and making sure that she has self-esteem, love, courage, and faith, I have to try to help her, because when you first born, you ain't really you just here.
Yeah, facts.
Like you
don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing
at all.
You don't know right from wrong. You don't know any of these things. So like you have to instill it in them, and that makes a part of like you have to try to have yourself right. You have to be mentally right, and pray and hope to get the people that's around you to be the same.
They're all on the same page. Yeah,
because it takes a village. It
definitely does take a village, and I think that's one of the things that I'm so appreciative of, because it's like, even though I was unsure of myself, there were people around me, like my parents and her parents, to say, no, we got you. Her brother, my brother's saying, no, we got y'all. So don't even trip. Like, even though it's new to me, I've had nieces and nephews before, you know what I mean? And then my brothers had to watch over me when we was younger. So it's like she dealt with her nieces and nephews, and so her brother had kids and stuff like that. So we had a good foundation. Like, even with what I learned from my parents, there was a foundation set by the tribe, by the village already, that I didn't think about, but it became like second nature once we got, and my daughter had got here. Well, yeah, after she got here and then my son came, everything else is just kind of
it flew.
Yeah, it just kind of flowed.
Because like I didn't think I didn't like kids. I ain't gonna lie.
At all?
I was the youngest kid.
I
was the youngest kid, so like I was the youngest out of 3. So I was like, I ain't have to raise no kid or whatever. I was the baby.
Right.
So like they made sure I was straight.
Same.
So I never held a baby. I think I held a baby one time. Once or 2 times. And like it was a whole different chapter for me. Like when she came out to the boom boom, you know what I'm saying? When she pulled that and we came out and I held her, I was like, that shit feel weird, because she felt like a little canned good, like she was small as hell, and I'm like, damn, like I gotta wrap her up. I don't know how to wrap her up. They say that she gotta be cold. Then like I ain't gonna lie, they pulled my baby out with the cone thing on her head, and then she came out with her head was like,
boy,
it came out, and I was like, damn, like, and I was like. It threw me off, because like I ain't understand why I was like, damn, like I hope that my baby head get right, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking kids is harsh, like kids is harsh, people is harsh. So I'm like,
and you
damn.
thinking like the way it is now, not knowing like they're gonna mold their head is gonna be
but
no,
it was just
sure.
It's small things that you think about it, like damn. But also on the other end, it was like I'm glad that she's healthy. I'm glad that she's good, like you know she's healthy. I'm able to see that she doesn't have any like disabilities, different things, because not everybody is blessed with that.
No, not at all, bro.
So we take a lot of things and we use it and look at things in a certain way, but we got to count the blessings of it too. Because like, I was so scared, but the fact that I was able to see her and she came out the way she came out, and it's me. You know?
Facts, bro.
That's it.
And I think that's the, like when you say, you know, you just count your blessings and you be grateful and thankful of like the situation that you're in, because like my son, he was in a NICU because he came early, and he wasn't getting nutrients to him for like, I think my wife was maybe 32 weeks, and she had like a good 6 more weeks to go or whatever, but he wasn't getting nutrients, and so they had to do an emergency C-section. So he had to, once we got him here, he had to go to the NICU. And so there was kids once he got here, and I went to check up because my wife was in recovery. So I went up there by like every 2 hours. I'm seeing the situation that other parents are in is far dire and far worse than what I'm dealing with my son. So I'm just like, damn, I thank God, because it could be way worse than what it is right now. Sure. And I'm just glad he here and healthy. You know what I mean? And so that you just got to count your blessings, because having a child, not only for the process of it, like the medical procedures and all that shit is dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's scary. And you looking at your partner and she got to go through that shit.
Yeah.
And all you can do as a man is just sit there and just like, there's nothing I can do.
Nothing I can do.
Bro, I all I can do is just watch and hope and pray for the best.
Everything to go good.
On me. But you can't do shit. You can't put
nothing
your
at
hands in
all.
nothing. You can't nothing. So
sit back there and hold their hand.
Facts. Just leave it up to God.
Yeah. That's it.
Man.
Just leave it up to God.
So what do you feel like were some of the things that your dad instilled in you that you knew would make you a great dad, in the sense of, you know, maybe you didn't plan on it, or if you did, you like, I think even though that I'm fearful of like not being good enough, I still know I have the tools to do these things.
It was more so he tried to show me by leading by example. So like, he gave me a lot of different scenarios and different things that he talk. He talk like he's a talker. So he's gonna tell you what happened. He's gonna tell you why it happened. He's gonna research it and make sure he's gonna tell you all this information. And when I was a kid and I used to get in trouble, he used to be like, he'll make me get this lawnmower, bro. And it will never start up. I used to be in there struggling.
Oh, so he just had you yanking that bit.
He had one that was a self-propelled, and he had this other one that was the most bullshit one that is ever possible. So like, he used to, when I get in trouble, of course I want to use this one, make a little shortcut. So I just pull it, push it, whatever, and I'm gone. But what he'll do, all right, you want to do shit and be hard. You want to make things not go the way you think that it should be, you know. And he'll basically have me use that lawnmower. I couldn't push it. I couldn't start it. I'm sitting on my arm hurting from pulling it, and he'll make me cut the grass, cut all the grass, right? I miss one thing one line. He'll look, cut all that shit over again, cut the whole yard over.
Damn.
And like, if you make sure that you do things right the first time,
facts,
you don't have to do it again.
Facts.
You shouldn't have to do it again. And with that, he did that so many times to me, and it was just different other things that he did. Do things right. Try to make sure that you doing everything the best of your ability. Make sure that you pushing and pushing and pushing, and make sure that you trying to do the things that you need to do, because one mistake can mess up everything.
Everything, bro. And
with that, he gave me the spot of like, I needed somebody that I can respect. He gave me the structure. If I can respect him, why would I respect the laws? Why would I respect somebody else? Why would I listen to a teacher if I don't listen to my parents? He gave me all of that. So like, me seeing that, it made me be like, you know what? I have to do the same thing. I needed ass whoopings. Like, I needed them. Like, that talking,
nah, that
hell nah, I'm gonna listen to you, but shit, I'm good. But that ass whooping, he gave me, all right, I know where I need to go, but let me slow down. If I see that I'm going this way, come back here.
Yeah.
And it helped me. And it helped me do that now, because like, I don't really whoop my daughter. My daughter little, but I chastise her and say certain things to her to make sure that she understands. And if it gets to a certain point, then hey, you have to do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But it helped me be able to be more structured and more foundation based, if anything.
Yeah. I think for me it was I guess just one of the things was like the work ethic. You know what I mean? And my pops was always there. A nigga show up to, he used to be a coach when I was younger. He coached both of my brothers, and football, basketball. He used to coach everybody, kids. So not only was he there for us, he was there for the whole community. And then once we got a little bit older, you know, like when I started playing soccer in middle school, he ain't know nothing about soccer. But he's like, shit, I'm gonna be there because that's my child. So one of the things was like, regardless whether he had to work or whatever, if it was something that had to do with us, any events, any sporting events or whatever it is, pageantries, getting awards, that nigga was there. So he's like, he made sure that when we looked up in the stands or whatever, he say, look, if he's like, you know, I'm gonna be 50-yard line up in the middle. I'm gonna be right there. So once you looking for me, we gonna be right there. So that, I think that's one of the main things, is trying to make sure that no matter what my kids got going on, no matter how much I work, I make sure that I'm there for my kids.
Be present.
We got to be present, because if they see that they dad is there and they got support at all times, no matter what it is, they can be mathematicians, they can be playing on captain of the chess club. It don't matter. As long as they know that I'm there, they're going to excel, and they're going to do their hardest, or try their hardest, do their damnedest to make me proud.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
my thing is, we work in, like I say, it's a interdependent relationship, because I depend on my kids. They love me unconditionally, but they also give me the drive to go and do what I want to do, and go and do what I need to, because sometimes I don't want to get up in the morning and go to work. Nigga, I ain't never seen my dad sick a day in his life when I was in the house. That man went and got that nigga could have the flu.
Got to it.
That nigga went and got to it.
Yeah.
So I take the same thing. Like, if I can walk, if I can breathe, I'm gonna go and make sure I do what I need to take care of my kids. So.
And that happened because, like, I know when I was working for like a call center. I was working for a call center, and I was making money, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I was making money, but it was for myself. I didn't have my daughter yet.
Right.
As soon as my daughter came probably a couple months later, my job, they cut the contract. So when they cut the contract, they said we had a month to figure it out. Like a month. And really, it really wasn't a month. They really gave us like a 2 weeks notice of, figure it out. And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't have no money. I don't have no other job. Luckily, I was such a good employee at the time, they ended up finding me a spot inside of there so I can go to a different thing. Right. So it worked out. But if I didn't, how could I be secure for my daughter? And that was probably the scariest part, because I'm like, I need to have money. I need to do this. We need to have food. Baby food ain't cheap.
Ain't cheap at all, bro.
Diapers wasn't cheap
at all. Damn sure ain't cheap.
Shit. When they sick, you go to the doctor.
That shit ain't cheap.
Like,
that shit ain't cheap at all.
It ain't cheap. So I'm sitting there really just like, I gotta figure this out. And like, now I need to make this move. And before, I would just make moves for myself. I can move as slow as I want to. If I want to move fast, I can. But now it's like, I need to make a step that I know for a fact it's not gonna make me crumble. Yeah. Because if I crumble, everything's
all fall.
Gonna fall.
Facts. Yeah, man. What is something that you feel like that you learn, or you're still learning on the way as being a parent?
I ain't got no control. Like, and having a girl, I ain't got no control. Like, I ain't got no control, because, like, we want to control them or tell them, hey, don't do this and don't do that. But I sit back and think, right now, I'm 29. When she be 20-something, she's going to be grown. When she's 18, she's really, I'm still going to be there. Of course, that time never going to end, but I'm still going to be there. But it's certain things that I'm going to try to tell her, and I know for a fact she ain't going to listen to it. And it's to a point where that's something I have to understand. Yeah. Like, I can only try to get her right for right now, and hope that we train her to be who she need to be, and kind of mold her into what a good, outstanding woman. You know what I'm saying? Right. And hope that I do that, and she also see it from her mother's side of see that. But it's to the point where, like, I just sit back and, like, I don't have no control. If she's a little kid right now, she have a crush on a boy, I don't have no control. You can't do nothing about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a birthday party for her little birthday party. And this little kid, his name was Isaac. And he bought her something. The mama bought him a gift, because I guess that's a little crush,
Right, got you.
I don't like it. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't supposed to.
I'm not
for
going
sure.
for it.
For sure.
But when I seen it and, like, he got it, I'm like, this is gonna be for the rest of my damn life.
Yeah.
And, like, it's to the point where you just don't have no control over it. But you can only be there and support and try to be a listening ear, make sure that she's comfortable to talk to me, and have the friendship, but also have that respect factor, so where it's not colliding.
Right. Yeah. Like you had that balance of look, you can come to me whenever you need something, whenever you want to talk, but just understand you can't talk to me any type of way because I'm still your daddy.
Still your daddy.
Yeah, I ain't one of them little kids out in the street. I think something that I'm learning or that I learn and still learning is that these kids are different, bro. They don't learn the same way. They don't. Like sometimes, like my son, right? My son is a knucklehead. Like he hard-headed. Yeah. My daughter is too, but I just have to tell her something, and she'll chill out.
Yeah.
My son, he gonna test it. He gonna test the waters multiple times. Even after, like even if I gotta give him a whooping, he's still gonna go right back and test it. And I'm just like, I know when this nigga get older, I'm gonna have to deal with his ass. I'm like, oh my goodness.
He gonna test you.
He gonna test me. And I'm like, this nigga.
And it be to a point where cause like me being a boy, I know like I got older, I started smelling myself.
Facts,
I started
bro.
smelling myself like, yeah, like,
like,
why I gotta listen to you? Like, why I gotta listen to you? And like,
yep.
Damn, like I got the answers. I ain't had no damn answers.
None.
And that's something else. Don't have the answers. I don't have all the answers. And like I just have to be able to like think I'm making the right choices or whatever, and try to make sure that the answers that I do have are something that's beneficial.
Facts.
Yeah.
That too, like even if it's something I don't know and I don't have the answers to, at least let me go try to find it out. Or find somebody who does have the answers. And then I can relay that message.
The first person that they reach out to or they should call is you.
Yep.
You're gonna be like, hey. And like I know if it's something about like fixing some cars, she shit out of luck. Like that ain't for me. Like she shit out of luck. But I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna look into it because I ain't got the
I'll call somebody. I got you.
I ain't got the answers.
We gonna get somebody who know how to do that shit. Like the most I can do for you is replace the windshield.
That's it.
Other than that, we gonna find somebody who can do it.
That's pushing it
for real. No, but do you feel like we both talked about like the ways that we discipline our kids and stuff? You only have to talk to them for a certain amount of time. Sometimes they test a little bit. You gotta be physically disciplined. But do you feel like nowadays it's a lot harder to discipline kids?
Yeah.
I
think the fact that like trying to discipline them, if you the only one doing it, it's gonna make it hard. Because I know I have to be the stern one. The mother might be a little bit softer and let it slide. Aunties and uncles might just do what you want to do. Yeah. Your grandparents, used to be on your ass. They used to be on your ass.
Don't get me started.
But now grandparents are a little bit more softer and might let them live things slide. So like it makes it a little bit harder because like when you setting the boundaries, and also disciplining, they might take it as you the only one who tell me no. You the only one who do this. And they'll make them kind of resent you at a point.
Right.
But when you get older, you be like, I needed that shit.
Yeah.
Like you need it.
Facts.
And I think that's probably something that you have to like get a balance of everybody around there. But it's gonna be harder because like not everybody thinks about disciplining. And like some disciplining is different. Some people feel like putting a kid in timeout is that.
Facts.
And I done tried everything because my little baby, she tests me. And she talk, but it's to the point where they see what they see on the internet and watch off of YouTube and stuff. And like a lot of things that the kids do on them other shows, like I know my daughter watched this show called Vlad and Nikki, and like she was watching that and she would try to do everything that they do or watch that stuff. And it's like they doing certain things, but that ain't how you need to be acting.
Right.
It's certain things that you can't say to kids and certain things where if a person say no, you have to respect the no. But it's so hard to discipline, but I think that you can. Yeah. But you just have to try to get that balance for everybody and make sure that we all align.
You see, I feel the same way to an extent because it's like you said, it's if you're the only one doing it, which of course sometimes you're not, but like the mother is always going to be a lot more lenient than you are or than you have to be because it's like she carried them. So she has a different type of bond and connection with your child. So she's going to always see, no matter how old they get, that's her baby. Just like we are to our mothers,
That's baby.
That's baby.
That's it. Yeah.
That's all they see. So they're gonna be a lot more lenient. As to us, it's like we know, like, this is my child, but I gotta get them ready for the fucking real world. Cause I rather me be the one disciplining them than the world to do it. Cause the world not gonna give a fuck. And I love my babies, so I need them to understand, like, daddy is doing this shit, so I can protect y'all when y'all make the right decisions outside of there. Yeah. Cause as soon as y'all get outside of here, ain't nothing I can do.
Ain't nothing you can do.
I can just try to give you the foundations, give you the keys, and tell you, look, this is everything I'm able to give you. I need you to take it out into the real world and apply it. If you don't, then the real world gonna whoop your ass.
Because at the end, when you get older, you know how people be like, when they hit 18, it's done.
No, absolutely
it ain't
not.
Done. Like,
fuck no.
You got to do this every day. We got to make sure that they good. And then when we get older, they got to look out for us.
You know who I call when I need answers? My damn parents.
Supposed to.
Nigga, I'm 27. I still call my parents. So,
it'd be really good because, like, it sucks because not everybody has that relationship.
Facts.
And, like,
yeah.
I remember when I was getting older, when I was like 20 through 24, well, 18 to 24,
right.
I started seeing it. Like, I'm like, people really don't have this type of relationship. Like, my parents, like, for real, I can fix the flat. I can do all of those things.
Facts.
They don't care. They driving. They driving and they make sure, hey, well, you good? You on the highway? Well, we on the way anyways.
Yeah.
And like, it was a point where I'm like, my nigga, I can do this shit. Like, y'all don't got to keep doing it. But they just want to make sure that I'm good by any means necessary. Yeah. And like, I sit back and be like, I need that because a lot of people don't have that. They don't have people they can call. Like, I don't ask my parents for nothing. Like, I don't ask them for no money. I don't ask them for any of that. And like, sometimes I'd be like, damn, I probably should. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact they will still look out and do whatever it is. Where some people don't have that. And like, when you miss that, you miss it.
Yes, bro.
Because when you have it, you can just feel that experience of like, damn, I have some like people that got my back, regardless of whatever. Like, I'm telling you, I can go anywhere. When I went, I did a crossroad trip to down Boston, and like, if anything happened, I know for a fact they was gonna be there trying to drive to figure something out for me. Yeah. Even when I didn't tell them that I was making that trip.
Yep. Facts.
Pissed off. My pops was pissed. He was pissed. He was like, "You ain't tell us that you was gone." I told him when I was halfway there in Tennessee. He was pissed off. He was pissed off. He ain't talked to me for a couple of weeks. Well, a week and a half. But
that's how it be though, because it's like, even when you do things that piss them off or disappoint them, they still there. Because it's like, regardless, you knew you wasn't supposed to do this, or you ain't say this, or this and that. But at the same time, I'm still make sure that you good.
For sure.
I'm gonna let your ass know that what you did wasn't cool. But I'm gonna still make sure you good. And like you said, not everybody has that, and we don't realize that. And sometimes I believe we take that for granted. And then when you see it in real time as you get older, some of your friends and some of the people that you hang with, or some of family members, you just like, damn, they don't have what I have. Yeah. And I'm lucky to have this shit. I'm blessed to have this shit.
Unconditional love.
Facts. Because I know if I need something, which the pride in me is like, when I need something, I don't want to call my parents because I'm a grown man. But then it's like, I know whenever I pick up the phone and call them, and I tell them I need something, they're going to do it, or they're going to be there.
Figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I think that's one of the things too, is like having a great foundation to get that, parenting from, because it all starts with who you're parented by. Yeah. And because those things are going to trickle down. And then I'm going to think, okay, this is the right way to parent, or this is the only way to parent. So now I'm parenting my kids this way. So I feel like with people who don't have that relationship or have that same relationship with their parents, they may parent a certain way. And sometimes it does work out, because they're like, I'm never going to do what my parents did. Yeah. And it works out. Sometimes they don't know the difference, and it's like, this is what I know. And now the kid is going through the same thing, and you and your kid don't have that same relationship. And it's just like a trickle down effect.
And what I used to, because like when I was a kid, I used to be kind of like upset, because like I always see people, like other people going to other people's houses.
Yes,
like, they used
all
to go
the
to other
time.
people's houses,
Facts.
and I used to be at the damn house like, bro, like I don't never get to go nowhere. Like I get to go. We get to go to a cousin's house for a split second, but shit, we leave and like everybody used to go spend the nights, etc.
Yep.
But also on that end, you got to make sure that the people that you're around
Facts.
is like reliable people to be around, and also people that stand on the same morals and certain things that you have. Because like at the end of the day, you can't have your eyes everywhere.
No.
You can only pray and hope everything is good and hope that everything is going the way it's supposed to be. But you don't have no control. You don't have eyes everywhere, and you can't stop anything there. But like I kind of appreciate it, like being like now, not going to everybody houses, etc. Because you never know what people go through.
Facts,
and like
bro.
when I have conversations with people, like now just on some random talk, it's like, damn, you went through that. Like that shit happened with your. Damn, like,
yeah,
and
like,
you don't see that. And like I didn't see it because like the only people I actually seen was my mom and my dad, and I seen other families too.
Right.
Like I seen some good parents too, but like also it's been certain shit where you be like, damn. So like you went through that, and I wouldn't have known. But like, you just be really up in the air of just like, damn, this is how shit can really go. Shit can go like that, and you never know. And sometimes we don't say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't say nothing about it. And then we get older and we just think that it was normal.
Right.
Shit wasn't
Fact.
normal. Some shit
Not
wasn't
at
normal.
all.
Yeah.
Like I used to think like the kids who used to be able to party and stay out all times of the nights
They
and
winning.
not have to go home. I used to be like, damn, I wish I had that type of freedom.
What?
But not realizing like they don't have that same relationship I have with my parents because my parents is holding me accountable. They're at least trusting me enough to go out and then say, all right, I'm going to set a time for you to come back. And if you come back, then that's more trust earned.
Yeah.
And it's like with the kids who were staying out at all times of night, their parents didn't care. Yeah. I had parents who cared. So that instilled in me, like, let me make sure my kids know that I care. Put some guidelines, some boundaries, and some structure in front of them to let them know, like, you're not just about to be wilding out and roaming free because I love you, I care about your safety, and I need you to know this world is unforgiving.
You know what's hard about that though? The hardest part is like it's a catch-22.
Facts.
So like
Facts.
on one side with me, when that happened, as I get older, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like after hours. Like I'm cool on after hours. Like I did it, I'm cool. Like give me probably 2:00, I'm cool. Like I want to be in the house a little bit earlier.
Facts.
And like that's just something I prefer to do. Like when I was in high school, my pops was like, hey, at this time 11, you need to be in the house.
Facts.
I'm like, why the hell I gotta be in the house at 11?
Facts,
and these
bro.
people out here all night. But then on the other side, some people be like, oh shit, I had to stay inside the house this long, I'm gonna be out all fucking night. Like I'm gonna be out all night. And like I sit back and I'm like, it's like you really don't have a specific answer. It's no answer that you can be like, this is what's gonna happen. You can only do what's best as a parent to try to do it. And like when I sit back and think about how they had, like my parents had me positioned to like having the time frames and different restraints. I wanted to book that. Like
Facts.
I wanted to book it.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I needed it. Like I needed it. Like I don't need to be out all the time. Like after nights because like I know what go on. Like don't get me wrong, it'd be a lot of shit that go on broad day, but it'd be a lot of shit go on at night. And like
ain't nothing good happening after night.
Nothing. And like I guess I'm just paranoid now because like I done been through a lot of shit. And I'm just like I'm paranoid now. So like I sit in the car, I be sitting in the car and I just be outside the whole rest of like all night. And I be like, let me get my ass inside the house because I just don't know what's up. Because like the way that I'm thinking I'm just chilling. I ain't got no time to be on no bullshit. I'm ducked off, but somebody else might be thinking this a lick. This right here is that. And like shit, if you avoid certain times, you avoid certain things. You avoid certain situations. You done came up because sometimes you put yourself into positions and situations that you didn't have to be in.
Yeah, I think that is true because it's like. There was many a times where there was something that went off in my head. It was like, nigga, you need to leave. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to listen. And next thing you know, 30 minutes later, hour later, hey, bro, did you hear such and such or this happened and this happened? And the cops pulled up and this and this and this and that. And it's like, I'm glad I listened.
They be talking. Like, when I say they be talking, you just look. Yeah,
like, hey,
don't do that. Don't do that. Come here, nigga. And they do it, and it be like, bro, because, like, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
I be like, I'm glad that both of them talk, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people only hear this.
Yeah,
but like me being able to like recognize certain shit, I be like, all right, this is cool, and it keep me out of certain things. Like, it's been so many close calls of police, etc. But like, when I sit back and be like, all right, I'm not gonna go here, and somebody called me and be like, bro, man, we just we was in jail for 4 days, blah 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 blah. I'm like, damn, man, I was fixing to go with y'all, but something just told me chill. Yeah. And it don't be something, it be God. God be letting you know, and your conscience be like, well, the people that install some stuff in you, help put them up there for you. You know what I'm saying?
And now you hearing, because sometimes you be hearing their voice, and you be like, damn. It's like, because I know my daddy, I come in at this time, either the door gonna be locked or he gonna let me have it.
For sure.
So I need to go ahead and just say, all right, I'm gonna take the L on this one. When really you taking a dub, because you listening and you just like, well, maybe cutting this fun short and early is not what you want, but at the same time is what you need. So
you need it, yeah, for sure.
I just feel like a lot of the times when, you know, we have these foundations built into us, we don't really know, and then it becomes like our conscience and everything. And so everything our parents instilled and drilled into us at the time, you may not like it, and you was like, this nigga talks so damn much, or like, I don't want to do that. Bruh. And you just like, what the fuck? But then you get older and you have kids of your own, you just like, nah, the motherfuckers was right. Because us thinking we know everything, they've been in our shoes twice over.
And we thinking we be lying. Like, I swear I was thinking I'm lying. And I'm like, bro, when I sit back and think of it, I look at my daughter, and when she be lying to me, I'm like, bro, you lying to me, bro. And then she be like, I'm not lying. Yes, you is. You lying, bro. Like, I'm looking at you lying lie to me, bro.
Facts.
But it's sort of things where, like, we sit back and we be young and we don't really think that they know, but parents know, because
they know
what's up. Like, they know what's up. They done did it. Exactly just like
and us. I think it's just a constant cycle. But I guess let's do some frostbites, which are like, you know, kind of quotes of the day, or what you feel like you can give to those who are becoming new parents or who are going to be new parents. What advice do you think you can give to men, young black men, or young men in general who are going to become fathers? And how do you feel like, you know, you can help, you know, guide the next generation?
I would say with that, just be present. You could be present and try to be a role model. If you don't be present, they will never know exactly. Like, they gonna search for that in their. If it's a girl, they search for it in a partner or whatever. If it's a boy, you search for it, and sometimes it leads you to the streets and leads you to other people who you think is a role model. If you present and you actually like trying to show them that you love them, show them that you support them, show them that you hear them, they gonna always listen to it and love you and care about you, and they're gonna make sure. Like, sometimes people. As a kid, you care about your parents, even if they, like, some people, they have horrible ass parents and you still love your
them.
parents.
Still love them, yeah.
So, like, that presence is just something that people need, because if you don't have them in your corner, you're going to look and search for all of that elsewhere. And who's to say it can lead you to, some people, it leads people to be like goal driven and go and get it. Some people goes the other way, you know. So I would just say, try to be present. Make sure that you understand that love, give unconditional love. You always gotta love them. Yeah. If you right, you wrong, love them. Yeah. If you doing something that they that you shouldn't do, chastise them. Chastising somebody don't mean that you don't love them. Right. Giving them criticism doesn't mean that you don't love them. But you always support them and make sure that they feel that you have had their back. Facts. Because I know for me, my parents got my back. It's nobody in the world could tell me anything about my parents. Like, I know that they wasn't perfect. I know that they wasn't rich. I know that they wasn't broke. But at the same time, like, I know for a fact, like, they supported me and made sure that whatever I needed, if they had to go without, they went without. Facts. And it's about sacrificing. Facts, if you make those sacrifices for your kid, they will love you forever.
Yep. And then sacrifice is needed, man. I guess to piggyback off of all of that is, like he said, be present. But understand that you don't have control. It's not about a control thing. It's about guiding. You're just there to guide your kids. Make sure that you instill in them the right morals and the right mind state. Sometimes I find myself with my kids, if they question me or if they talk back, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I realize that you're not always going to agree on the same things. Mm-hmm. And just because they my kids don't mean that just because they're questioning what I'm telling them, and they're asking why or why does this matter, that it's a bad thing. Yeah. Sometimes you have to look at that and say, okay, at least they're inquisitive because they want to know what they're being told is right. Mm-hmm. And especially coming from their father, I need to let them understand, like, look, this is why I'm telling you this. So that way this outcome doesn't happen or this outcome does happen. And you understand now, like, if you're questioning, say you get a career or whatever, and you don't agree with somebody who's up above you or whatever, morally, and now you're questioning that because you won't just fall for anything. Yeah. So sometimes you just got to guide your kids, make sure you instill in them the right morals, the right mindset, and just love on them. That's all. I promise you, till this day, you have so many adults now claiming or searching for love, bro. Yeah. Love from that they never got from their parents. And so if you give your kids love, and like you said, unconditional, because your kids gonna fuck up. Yeah. Shit, we fucked up. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody perfect on this earth. Your kids gonna fuck up sometimes, but you love them. Mm-hmm. Always make sure if you discipline them, you don't discipline them out of anger. You discipline them to help them understand. Yeah, for sure. Because if you discipline out of anger, all they see is the anger. They're not gonna see, okay, he's disciplining me for this because I did this. They're gonna see, oh, daddy was mad. Yeah. And it's like, nah, make sure you take a breather and explain to them, this is why you're getting disciplined, because I need you to understand, you do it again, this is going to be the outcome. So other than that, man, yeah, that was the episode, man. We're going to come back to y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Two young fathers, you know, just kind of seeing it through and trying to figure this thing out and help our kids, you know, get to where we at, or shit, better. You know what I mean? You always want your kids to be better than you. So hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all share this thing too. Season 2 is underway. We will be dropping, I'll be dropping some vlogs on my personal channel too. And we're going to be having Corey in the mix. He's going to be chiming in every so often as well. So we're going to keep pushing them things out. Hope y'all keep watching. Peace.
Peace.